Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Believe After, and welcome to another video. Now friends, hopefully this week I will not keep you a full 49 minutes like I did in my last video, but I just love chatting to you all so much every week and sharing what I've been up to that I cannot make any promises, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it shorter and sweet this week. So let's just jump right into the CALs, the crochet alongs that I'm participating in. And the first one that I didn't do an update on last week, even though my project was finished. I don't know what happened. It was just so many things I actually forgot to show it. Also, I didn't even remember to email it to Jenny over at In My Spare Time Crochet. Of course, I'm talking about the hashtag A Year of Granny Squares CAL, hosted by the lovely Jenny. I will link her channel down below. I will link everything that I talk about today down in the description box below. Any links, any patterns, any channels will be linked. But I've really been enjoying being a part of Jenny's CAL. We're working through this book. We're just starting from the first one and we're going to end at the last one. Every week we do one of the squares. And the square that we did last week, we're actually now busy, I think, with square number 8. That one I haven't completed yet. But the last square that we did was this one. Now, I cannot remember the name. I will pop the name of the square down somewhere on the screen. But this was it. And even though I do like the look of the square in the end, I didn't enjoy making this one as much as I've been enjoying some of the other squares. And it's only natural. I mean, in a book where there's going to be 52 different squares, there's bound to be squares that I will not enjoy. Someone else might be loving this square. And as I say, I love the look of it. I just really did not. It was a little fiddly. It was a lot of sewing. It was not one of my favorite. It wasn't my favorite one so far. So I will see how we go on with the next one. The next one looks a bit complicated. So I will see if I manage that one. So far, even though they've been on various levels of difficulty, I've not struggled immensely with them. This one, as I say, I didn't struggle with it. It was just a little fiddly. You know, you make these 4 separate little blocks, then you sew them together, then you attach or start with a border. It was not for me. Although, as I say, in my project that I've got in mind in the end for the squares, it will look absolutely beautiful. So this one I will send off to Jenny so that she can pop it onto her. She's got this lovely little video collage montage that she does every Thursday, showing all of the squares that's been submitted to it. It's a lot of fun. We're still in the beginning. So if you guys want to join in, hop over to Jenny's channel and have a look at the announcement of this CAL. But it's been a lot of fun and a lot of you have joined in. The next one, of course, as every week, is our Whimsical Stitches projects that we're doing for the hashtag Amigurumi World Tour 2024. Finally, this week there's been some excitement. Both of the books landed with their recipients. The projects chosen were the eggs and the turtle. So the eggs were the international project. The turtle was the US project. And please go and have a look at our journal. It is just coming along so beautifully. Feel free to send me the photos of any of the projects that we've had so far that was picked. If you still want to submit something for the whale, that was the very first project that we started off with, you are more than welcome to. My email address is also linked in the description box below. Please, you are more than welcome to join in, jump on this CAL anytime that you feel like it. If you've got this book, please join in. I regularly update on the projects that got chosen. I think if we combine the 2 books, we've only got about 5 projects left that's not been chosen by either of the 2 books. So we are pretty much through almost all of the different projects. So we're going to start getting more and more into the doubles now. We almost passed the halfway mark for our US book. I think if it reaches our next recipient, which should be sometime within the next week. I think she's number 15 on the list, so we've just crossed halfway in our US book. International book, I think, is very, very closely behind that, might be just on the halfway mark. So we're moving along, I think, at the pace that we are sort of progressing with the book and how the shipping is going. Definitely the US book will have completely done by the end of the year. Of course, the international book does take longer. I think we've only got 2 more people left in the UK to receive the book. Then the book is off to Canada. So as it moves between countries, the international book does take a little bit longer. Why it's slightly behind in the amount of projects that's been chosen. But I'm having so much fun with it. I know a lot of you guys are loving this cal as well. I cannot wait. Every day I receive some emails. Some are from the regulars who submit every time a project is chosen. Some are every time there's someone new that's joining in, and I absolutely love it. Everyone is welcome to join this crochet along. Now, my projects that I completed this week, so I'm almost up to date. I'm still behind on the succulent planter. That one will get done. I'm adamant and I'm determined to make every single project in this book. So far, it's been going quite well, trying to fit in crocheting where I can. But this week, I did complete the peach. Now, the peach actually, was that our most recent choice, or was that a few choices back? I don't know what the order was anymore, you guys, but the peach has been a fairly recent choice. I really enjoyed making this one. Very, very quick and easy. This one took no time to do at all. Also, I managed to do 2 eggs. These ones I did in Honey Bunny. I think it's called Honey Bunny Candy. But you get a similar one, like a parfait chunky pom-pom. The ones with the little speckles in it. So this is a plush yarn, a yarn weight number 6. Super bulky. On these ones I used a 4mm hook, and this one I forgot to mention, as actually the majority of my projects I've been making with rainbow cotton 8/6, which is a sport weight yarn, a yarn weight 2, and I use a 2.5mm hook. But these ones, and the eggs, actually you can do so much with it. So please go and have a look at the Hello From page in the journal, where I've received some egg projects already, some wonderfully creative photos in that journal. For actually all of the projects have got fantastic photos in. But if you think, oh, the eggs, they look so boring, what can you do? Just have a look at the pages and the photos that's been submitted. I actually think if you make a bunch of these plushy ones, put them in a bowl, they're such a cute decoration, for instance, for Easter. I mean, you guys, please, all I can say is head over to the journal. The photos I'm receiving, I cannot tell you how excited I get every time I open an email and see the fantastic photos that you guys are sending me. I love it. I love the energy. I love that we're only halfway through and people are still participating and getting excited. So thank you guys for your continued support on this crazy, epic cal that's been going on, I think, for 3 months now. We started in June, July, August. We're almost through our 4th month. So there we go, my little eggs for this week. Super cute, super quick make. All right, next thing I want to show you. Last week I showed you this yarn. It was yarn I bought just to try out. And I mentioned that even though it looks really nice on an amigurumi, it's not the correct yarn. It's not a very soft, plush feeling toy. Once you've completed your amigurumi, it's a little stiff, it's a little rough, looks beautiful. And I actually mentioned that I don't know what you would make with yarn like this. And one of you lovely folks had the brilliant idea or suggestion to make Christmas ornaments with it, and my mind again was blown. I love reading all of your comments. You guys have the most fantastic suggestions and ideas, and this is why I love getting your comments. And I don't even know why I never considered even doing ornaments with it. I think also it would be great for something like coasters, placemats, things like that. And it reminded me, and I'd completely forgotten about it, 2 years ago I made a little short where I showed how to make this cute little angel. It's a Christmas tree ornament, or you can use it as a decorative piece, you know, tie it to a gift tag when you wrap your presents, because it's so small. So I made this with, it was one of the Christmas rainbow cottons. It's got a little sparkle in it, and this yarn is absolutely perfect for it. Now, I'd never written down the pattern. I only have this little short video on my channel to do this angel. I thought this is the perfect opportunity to make an ornament with this panettone. It's a much thicker yarn, so your ornament will be a bit bigger. And I ended up doing the same thing. I did the angel ornament again in the panettone. Now, these little head beads, or these little beads with little faces on it, I bought a pack of it from Temu. It was really, really cheap, but I think you can get it on Amazon or a few different craft places. Even if you just want to use a plain bead, like I did with this one. This one is just a plain wooden bead, so it doesn't have to have a face on it. But I like these little closed eye faces. I used the panettone, and all it is, it's two circles that you crochet. This one has got 7. You increase up to 7, and the wings you increase 1 row less, so you increase up to 6. And then you have a little ribbon, and you have a little bow, and you know, a little button. I mean, and there you have a little ornament. So I wrote down the pattern this time. I have uploaded it onto my blog. You're more than welcome to download it from there. It's a downloadable PDF, absolutely free. If you want to have a quick little visual tutorial on how I make this, I will link my original video from 2 years ago. It's like a 1-minute short that I did, just so that you can see how I did. But I do now in my pattern explain it a bit better. But look how lovely this panettone yarn looks as this little angel ornament. It's absolutely perfect. It's got a lot of structure, which is really nice. The nice thing about this yarn, it's got the sparkle. I used, I think, a 2.5 or a 3mm hook. I can't remember. And then you just glue the little bead sort of to the top, so that it doesn't, when you hang it, that your head sort of stays in place, and that it doesn't pull your ribbon through your little angel body. But there you have it. So I was so glad for that suggestion about the ornaments. I'm going to see if I can find a few more ornament patterns to use this yarn on. But there you have a little free pattern on my blog for these super cute angel ornaments. Now, the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, and this has been my make of the week. I don't actually get a lot of crocheting done, you guys, and a lot of times when I get emails from you all and comments, you know, I've mentioned before, where people say, oh, I get so much done. I actually don't. I would love to get a lot more done, but as with a lot of you guys as well, I do have a full-time 9-to-5 office job, so I don't get the amount of crochet done I would love to. Of course, I would love to have a full day to sit and crochet, but it's just, you know what? This is what I do to relax, and this is why my motto this whole year has been, just do what I love, because my time is so limited. As with all of us, we have so little time in a day. You know, to spend it on something you do not love, it's just not worth it. So where I am now crocheting, if I don't love something, I don't try and force myself to do it. But the project I've done this week, I have loved. And it came from my favorite series of books. This time I used Animal Friends of Pick a Pow 3. It's a pattern that I've been wanting to do for ages, and I don't know why I've never gotten to do it, why I just never sat down and done it. But with that lovely yarn I received in Happy Mail, I showed it last week. So if you want to see the names of the yarns, hop over to my video of last week. Just scroll until you see me showing some yarn on the screen. You will see the names of it. But I finally made this mouse. I've been wanting to make her forever, and finally, you know, the colors I received in that Happy Mail, the yarn in that Happy Mail was fantastic for this mouse. And here she is. Now let me just, she is a bit bigger than I expected, because usually I make these Animal Friends of Pick-a-Pow patterns in a yarn weight 2, my Rainbow Cotton or Friends Cotton 86. The yarn that I used on her this time was a 4 weight, so worsted weight yarn. So she did come out a lot bigger than I'm used to, although still not massive. She's a really nice size. The only yarn that's different is for these little bloomers at the bottom. You have to use, according to the pattern, a fingering weight. So everything else is made in a 4 weight yarn. The little bloomers are made with a fingering weight, a yarn weight 1. So they're the only ones that I had to use my own yarn. Everything else is from the pattern. Now look at this cute little hood, or I don't know what they call this thing. What's it called in the pattern? The cape, the little cape. I really loved it. So all of this yarn was what I received in my Happy Mail, all the way from the United States. This mustardy golden color, it was a different type from the pink of the dress and this color of the mouse. These ones are a lot more matte. This one has a bit of a sheen to it. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's got a bit of a sheen. It's very soft. Even when I showed it to Jessica when I was done, she loved it. She's like, it is so soft, you know, compared to cottons, which is usually a fairly stiff sort of a it creates a very stiff, dense fabric. This worsted weight, it is an acrylic. Oh, it worked out beautifully. Absolutely love how she turned out. I'm so glad I did this little mouse finally. And it was just the most fantastic yarn to work with. So with this, I used a 3mm hook. For the cape, I did use a 3.5. And then for the fingering weight, I used a 2.5mm. So a few different hook sizes that went into this girl, but I think she turned out fantastic. I even did this little tail exactly as in the pattern, which is 5 single crochets that you work up into a tube. It was very close to a nightmare. You guys know how I feel about 5 single crochets and even 6 single crochets into a tube. I know I've got a pattern that's got something like that in it. I don't like it. Even in my own pattern, I don't like using or working 6 single crochets into a teeny tiny little tube, but the end result, you guys, is superb. I absolutely love it. Alright friends, that is it for this week. Please let me know what you are busy with. I know I'm terrible with comments these days. I, for some reason, just could not get to everything this week. But please know that I love every single comment. Even if you just put a like and you put a little heart emoji, or, you know, as soon as the video pops or is live on my YouTube channel, you know, the comments start coming in. I love it. I really appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I want you to know that you all have a really special place in my heart. I would not come here every week if I didn't absolutely love hanging out with you all. As I mentioned, life is short. I am not going to do something I'm not enjoying doing, and I'm loving chatting to all of you every week. I love the emails that you send me. So even if I can't write a massively long email in return, I love when you tell me about what's going on in your lives, what you're busy with, where you're from. I absolutely love it. So don't ever think that you are bothering me if you send me emails or comments. I appreciate it really a lot. It's a wonderful community. I've been really blessed to get to know so many of you throughout the few years that I've been on YouTube, and our little community keeps on growing, and it's always nice to welcome new crochet friends onto the channel. Everyone is welcome. All right, friends, I have waffled on for a very long time again. Not quite the 49 minutes of last week, but I think a good and long enough visit for this time. Remember to send me your photos for the world tour. I'm looking forward to adding it into our journal. I'll upload an updated journal this evening. I received some very cute photos over the last few days. All right, you guys, that's it. I am going to say goodbye for today. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I hope you're ready for the week ahead. And until I see you in the next video, as always, you guys, stay safe and stay crafty.